We're back for MLB Best Bets here on the channel for Saturday, August 2nd. Yesterday, another positive day here on the channel. Looking to continue that here today as we continue on with the weekend. I know there is the Bristol Motor Speedway game today on Fox between the Reds and the Braves. I know yesterday I said that I was going to do a best bet for that game. I don't love the spot for either team. Now, if I was to play something, I'd go Atlanta Braves money line. I'm not going to include that in the video because I think it's too close to call for me. My only reasoning for going with the Braves instead of the Reds in that spot is just because of the pitching matchup. I trust more in Spencer Strider than I do in Chase Burns right now. However, the way both of those teams are playing, and especially the Braves bats, I wouldn't be confident enough to put it in the video. However, again, if there was going to be a bet for that game, it would be Atlanta Braves money line. Other than that, folks, we got our 5 best bets today for the MLB. Positive day yesterday, looking for more today. Before we get into the video, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB best bets here on the channel. On Greedo Plays MMA later today is UFC Fight Night, Tatsuro Taira versus Hyung Seung Park. Those full card predictions are linked in the description down below, along with our 5 best bets for that card as well. Go make sure to check that out. Again, both of those are linked in the description. Make sure to go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA and subscribe to the channel you're watching this video on as well. Okay, we move on to the first of our 5 best bets, kicking things off with our first money line of the day. I'll get this out of the way right now, as I almost spilled my lemonade. I'm going to do 3 best bets today, or 3 best bets for money lines. I'm getting rid of the Nerfy today. I know we hit on it yesterday with the Giants and the Mets. There is no Nerfy I like today. I went through them all. The only Nerfies I liked was minus 160 odds. I'm talking Tarek Screwball, Zach Wheeler, and I'm also talking Merrill Kelly, Luis Castillo. I don't like the Giants and Mets again. There's nothing. There's a lot of hitter-friendly matchups today. So I'm going to stay away from that. Like even Sagano, Matt Boyd, it's like, Sagano's a pitch to contact guy. I don't feel good enough about that. Anyways, let's move on to the first of our 5 best bets today. We go first to Tampa, Florida with the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Blake Snell pitching against his former team. I know he hasn't been a Ray for a little bit now, but still pitching against his former squad. And it's his return outing here on the road. Drew Rasmussen will get the start tonight for Tampa, and that's okay. Blake Snell is coming off the 60-day IL. He has not pitched since April 2nd. Against the Atlanta Braves in a game that he went 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, and 4 walks. Now, all 5 of those runs were unearned. His first start of the season against the Detroit Tigers, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. I understand, again, right, Blake Snell in limited spots this year has not been great. Again, that's right before the injury. I'm not going to put too much into that. I still do believe in Blake Snell to be a more than capable pitcher in the league. I know, again, that IL stint sucks, but guys, one IL stint for Blake Snell doesn't mean that he's a bad pitcher now. Okay, it's not even close to that. Blake Snell, I think, is going to be more than capable, and I get it. Picking him coming off the injury is a little brutal, but I don't think it is against the Tampa Bay Rays, a team that we have said has waved the white flag, in my opinion. The Rays aren't trying to win baseball games anymore. They're 3 games under. They've won 1 game in the last week and a half, and it was a game in New York against the Yankees. They're currently riding a 4-game losing streak, losing 3 in a row against the Yankees, and then losing yesterday 5-0 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And yesterday for the Rays, that was just such a lifeless effort. It's that simple. 6 hits, 0 runs. Clayton Kershaw, goes 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 runs in that game. The Dodgers should be able to dominate this matchup. On paper yesterday, I didn't think it was all that bad for Tampa. Shane Baz has been pitching a decent season this year. Kershaw, again, can be iffy sometimes. The way the Rays are right now, it screams waving the white flag. They've got guys, don't get me wrong, Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lowe, Caminero, but man, the bottom of the lineup is weak. They're starting Nick Fortes right now. And just look at the Dodgers. Hey, the Dodgers pick up Alex Call. He goes 0 for yesterday, 0 for 1, pinch hitting for Michael Conforto. But I like that platoon, man. I like the platoon in left field, Conforto and Call. I think it makes all the sense in the world. I'm so glad that Alex Call is going to get to play October baseball this season. He deserves it. Seriously, he does. The 30-year-old really deserves that spot. But today, yeah, I really like the Dodgers. I know Drew Rasmussen's been good this season. The thing about Rasmussen is, guys, he's not going to go deep into games. Drew Rasmussen at the max is going to go 6 innings. Usually it's 5. And Rasmussen in the month of July wasn't great. 4.15 ERA. Got to pitch in the All-Star game. Pitched 1 scoreless inning. Forced 3 ground balls. I believe 3 fly balls. I just don't expect him to go deep in the start. And there's not many teams in baseball that are harder to pitch against than the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, we can forego Mookie Betts because Mookie Betts really is not part of that difficult challenge anymore. But Freddie Freeman obviously is. Shohei Ohtani. Will Smith had the huge bases clearing double in the top of the first inning in Tampa yesterday. Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pages. Those guys are going to be problems. Michael Conforto right now is heating up, and now you take away Conforto having to hit against other lefties. You have Alex Call for that now. The Dodgers got better at the deadline. A lot of teams did, and the three main contenders in the National League, I am sorry, National League Central, the three main contenders for me, Dodgers, Padres, Phillies, all three of them got better. A lot better. It is, to me, I get it, the Brewers are good, the Cubs are good as well. I personally see a 3-horse race to the National League pennant right now. I don't know. We'll get to that when we get there. But I like the Dodgers today. I know the Dodgers always fail us in every spot that we get them with the money line. I think we're going to be all right. I know it is somewhat dependent on how Blake Snell pitches, and Rasmussen's been good, but again, Rasmussen's not going to go the deepest in the game. I think Blake Snell's going to be good enough in this start, and I just look at the Rays lineup. They are so pitiful right now. They get shut out yesterday by Clayton Kershaw and the rest of the Dodgers pen. I'm going to take the Dodgers to win on the road in Tampa, Florida, -135 for LA to beat Tampa. Let's move on to our second best bet of the video. We go to our best player prop of the day. It is going to be Paul Skeens. Over on strikeouts, the line is set at 6.5, and I'm going to go, of course, over on that line. I do believe he gets it. Now, yesterday, game of the season between the Colorado Rockies and the Pittsburgh Pirates in Colorado, guys. The Pittsburgh Pirates scored 9 runs in the first inning, and they still find a way to lose. Oh, brother. They're up 9-0. They ultimately lose the game 17-6. The Rockies closed that game scoring 7 unanswered, including 5 in the bottom of the 9th before Brenton Doyle hits a 2-run walk-off home run off of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, a complete collapse, and obviously, and Dennis Santana too was the pitcher in which Doyle hit the bomb off of. You're gonna look at Andrew Heaney's line yesterday. Andrew Heaney's not been good this season, but you can look at his line and say, oh, 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 strikeout. Oh, that's not great, guys. It's just a different game. I say it all the time, and I'll keep saying it. This is the best pitcher in baseball. Okay, and yesterday, yes, 33 combined runs in Colorado yesterday between the Pirates and the Rockies. Absolutely insane stuff. I expect no scoring tonight, at least on the Rockies side. I get it's at cores. Oh, it's at elevation. There is not a single pitcher in Major League Baseball that is harder to hit than Paul Skeens. There just isn't. I also don't mind Pirates -1.5 today. I don't want to go all money lines because we've done that before, and actually we were successful the other day in doing that, but I do want to stick with some player props here. But I do believe Pirates -1.5 is more than playable as well. Guys, I don't think the Rockies are scoring. Maybe they'll score once. But here's the thing, guys. This is how baseball works sometimes. And obviously, not everything follows the trend because baseball, again, is the most random sport. There's a reason that they play 162 games a season in the MLB because, again, anything can happen. So yeah, we get to the playoffs and we play a 3-game series to start off the first round. It's okay. It's fine. Really, put up or shut up in the playoffs. But this is the thing about baseball, right? The Rockies can score 17 runs yesterday, and they can get completely shut down today. Right? They see all that success. They're seeing everything well. They're seeing the ball well off Andrew Heaney. They're seeing things well against Harrington, who came in relief, went 2 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. My goodness. Dennis Santana got blown up. His ERA went from like 1.2 all the way to 2.3. Santana in a third of an inning went 4 hits, 5 runs. Yikes, obviously, with the Doyle walk-off slam or home run. They can go from that to completely getting shut down today. And I firmly believe that. And that's more of a Paul Skeens thing, obviously, but easily the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. 1.83 ERA, 0.9 whip. The guy has not given up a run now in 12 consecutive innings, going both back-to-back games against the Tigers and the Diamondbacks, 6 innings and 0 runs allowed. He gave up 3 hits in both of those starts. Again, the guy is by far the best pitcher in baseball. Nobody's telling me otherwise. Currently in the Cy Young race, he's a -260 favorite over Zach Wheeler to win the award. Obviously, Wheeler pitches today in a huge matchup against the overwhelming favorite in the American League, Tarek Skubal. Obviously, Skubal trying to go back-to-back. Nothing's changing my mind, honestly, unless Skeens completely falls off a cliff and Wheeler pitches maybe, a couple no-hitters. This is the Cy Young, and yes, over Tarek Skubal, this is the best pitcher in baseball. It's just what he is, and he needs and deserves that respect to being the best pitcher in baseball. So he better get that award. Anyways, though, I expect Skeens to completely melt down this Rockies squad or completely shut down this Rockies team. As a whole, yesterday, the Rockies struck out 7 times. Obviously, in 26 outs. No, there was 1 out in the home run. 25 outs. The Rockies struck out 7 times. We need Paul Skeens to strike out the Rockies himself 7 times this game. But again, guys, it's just different when Skeens is on the bump. It is. The Rockies looked great yesterday, but now you get a guy who pumps 100 easy, got a nasty splinker. It is just difficult to hit the ball against this guy. Paul Skeens' last start, he went over this mark against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Skeens pitched 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, obviously, and 9 Ks. Start before that against the Tigers, 6 innings, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. We'll see. I do believe Skeens is going to really work the strikeout today. It's in Colorado, obviously. Elevation's a big factor. However, elevation does not matter when the ball is not leaving the catcher's glove. And Skeens is going to ensure of that. I don't think Colorado is going to make hard contact today, nor do I think they're making much contact at all. So I believe Paul Skeens is going to go out here and get the 7 strikeouts. Again, I don't mind Pirates minus 1.5 because if Skeens pitches the way that we expect him to, and Austin Gomber is going today for the Rockies, and the Pirates just do give us an ounce of what they played like yesterday, the Rockies should get easily blown out today by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm going Pirates minus 1.5, but again, the official best bet for this game is going to be Paul Skeens over 6.5 strikeouts, priced at minus 110. Let's go on to our third best bet of the video, is our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. I'm going Milwaukee Brewers run line today. It is Brewers minus 1.5 in DC against the Nationals here on Jacob Young bobblehead night. I really wanted to go Jacob Young to get 1 hit, or no, the bet I was looking at in specific, and I guess I'll play this. I don't know if I'm going to play this personally, but this is a bonus bet for this game, is Jacob Young to hit a single. Yeah, just a single. And you might be thinking, oh, that's weird. Why wouldn't you just take him to get a hit? Well, Jacob Young to get a hit is minus 150. To get a single for Jacob Young, it is... They took it off the board. Are we serious? No, minus 105. There we go. Even better. He's not doubling off of Brandon Woodruff. Now, I wouldn't play it. Just, I should just stay away. The reason I bring it up is because it is going to be Jacob Young bobblehead today. I'll be happily purchasing a Jacob Young bobblehead off of eBay because unfortunately I will not be able to make this momentous occasion. However, the official best bet is going to be Milwaukee Brewers minus 1.5. I know what you're thinking. Oh, great. Pick it against the Nats again, because whenever I pick against the Nationals, it doesn't usually go my way. Maybe I should just pick against the Nationals every day. And maybe my team will be in the playoffs this season. Probably not, but maybe I should have done that a long time ago. Anyways, guys, I watched the last time Brandon Woodruff pitched against the Washington Nationals. It didn't go that well for the Nats. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, he only went 4 1/3 innings. He gave up 2 runs. Yeah, Woodruff struck out 10 guys in 4 innings. And it's by far his worst start of the season so far. He's only made 4, obviously. Came off the IL in July. Made 4 starts, 2 of which against the Marlins, 1 against the Nationals, and 1 against the Seattle Mariners. The Brewers are 4-0 in Brandon Woodruff starts. He has a 2.01 ERA this season and a .72 whip. Yeah, have fun with that, Nats, you know? And pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin, who, because of the the lack of a Mackenzie Gord trade, is not our ace, thankfully. But Jake Irvin's last game actually was really good against the Minnesota Twins. Last Sunday, he goes 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Arguably the best Jake Irvin performance of the season. Obviously, he's a Minnesota guy. He's a Bloomington, Minnesota guy pitching in his home state. I heard there was a lot of comp tickets going around for the Irvin family. That was great. Unfortunately, Jake Irvin's going to fall completely down to earth here. We will never get the Jake Irvin we got on the 4th of July, 2024, man. Oh, my goodness. Jake Irvin on the 4th of July, 2024 had me legitimately believing he was a top 20 pitcher in baseball. I was so hyped. I was all over the Jake Irvin for All-Star campaign, and then he proceeded to get blown up at his next start. I'll never forget Jake Irvin on the 4th of July, nor will I forget Jake Irvin on Memorial Day weekend earlier this season as well. So something just about Jake Irvin and patriotic holidays. Maybe if we can just play some September baseball ever, he can pitch on Labor Day. Probably not, because the next time the Nats are in the playoffs, I don't think Jake Irvin's on the team. However, the Nats do get Jake Irvin run support, which is odd. Irvin's record is 8-5 this season, even with that 4.69 ERA. Not too concerned. I don't think the Nats are going to. I don't think they're going to do anything today. Woodruff, I believe, is going to shut down the bats. I think the Brewers' bats parlay a little bit of the momentum they got yesterday with their 16 runs and 25 hits. Yeah, I think they parlayed that into some more momentum today. I mean, just look at what the Brewers did yesterday, right? I mean, Christian Yelich doesn't even do much, but Contreras goes 5 for 7. Vaughn goes 3 for 5. Durbin goes 3 for 6. Monasterio goes 4 for 6. An absolute joke yesterday for the Washington Nationals. And I think because of that, yes, the Brewers are going to cover this line. It's a combination of a couple things, 3 things. Jake Irvin's pitching, that means the Brewers are going to go off. Brandon Woodruff pitching, that means the Nationals aren't going to be able to hit. And 3, it's Jacob Young bobblehead night. No, I'm kidding. 3, look at what the Brewers bats did yesterday. So it's not just a Jake Irvin problem. It's a Milwaukee Brewers problem. First place in the National League Central for a reason. they're solid. There's a reason they've climbed back into the race with the Chicago Cubs. So give me Brewers -1.5. I will talk about yesterday's game real quickly. What the hell are we doing? So, I'm at the Morgan Wallen concert last night. A time in my life. Absolutely phenomenal stuff going down. But while I'm watching Miranda Lambert and the rest of the openers, I'm sitting there watching the Nationals play the Milwaukee Brewers. And yes, I am sitting there when the Brewers are up 16-4. And the Nats, Chris Paul hit a huge 3 to cut the lead to 40. Like, the Nats scored 5 runs at the end of the game. Shout out RH3. But my goodness, the Washington Nationals last night, 25 hits allowed by given up to the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, Morgan Wallen didn't play 7 summers yesterday, but I'm sitting there reminiscing the good old days and what actually was going on 7 summers ago. And I know they didn't make the playoffs in 18, but 7 summers ago, my team had Juan Soto, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Anthony Rendon, and company. And now we're stuck with this crap. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just, I'm still chasing the glory days here with the Nationals. I mean, oh my goodness, it's unbelievable. It's like, James Wood, guys, here's a stat on James Wood. James Wood is 1 for 42 since July 4th on non-fastballs. Fire Darnell Coles. They scored 9 runs. No, they scored more runs in garbage time than it actually mattered. Another stat, again, the Nationals gave up 25 hits. That is the most in a single game in Washington Nationals history. There is something wrong with this team, and it starts with the bats, who, they scored in garbage time, but it really starts with this pitching rotation. How is Mitchell Parker allowed to keep starting? Mitchell Parker, 4 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs. Make it stop. But here comes Jackson Rutledge. He gives up a run. Zach Brisky somehow had a clean outing with 1 inning. Ryan Lotus, why does he have a job? Why? ERA's been bumped up to 13. And then Andre Lara, who I have a little bit of hope for, but that was not a good outing out of him yesterday either. It only gets better, guys. Next week, Shinosuke Agasawara pitches for the Washington Nationals. It keeps getting better. I cannot believe what I'm watching. So yeah, there I am at the Morgan Wallen concert, trying to get into it, but man, Cover Me Up went a little bit different. Like, it hit a little bit different. Sand in My Boots hit a little bit different when the Washington Nationals were sitting there, or I was sitting there watching the Washington Nationals lose 16-9. When really that game should have been 16-4. Disgusting stuff. Anyways, our 4th best bet of the video is going to be our 2nd money line of the day. And we're doing 3 money lines today in total just because don't like a nerfy today, and this is a game that I was considering doing a nerfy for, but it's at -160, so there's no value. I'm taking the Seattle Mariners to beat the Texas Rangers. I don't care. It's Merrill Kelly's first start with the Rangers. I just don't care. 3.22 ERA on the season for Merrill Kelly. He's been really good. He's pitching with a new catcher, new team. I just don't think it's going to work out in his first start. He's going to likely be pitching to Jonah Heim. I believe Heim's going to get the assignment tonight behind the dish for the Texas Rangers, and that's okay. You just don't come back from last night. I don't want to overreact here because it is just August 2nd and we still have 2 months of the regular season to play. If things continue to go south for the Texas Rangers, lost the first 2 games in the series in Seattle, they get blown out in the first game, not even competitive. Yesterday, they're controlling throughout its entirety, and then obviously, the walk-off home run by J.P. Crawford, who was bumped down the lineup because he was so awful in their last series and into this series as well. He still hits the walk-off 2-run bomb. I'm telling you, if things continue to go south for Texas, this is the exact moment we can pinpoint and say, okay, this is where it ended. And this is where the 2025 campaign got heavily altered. That's just one of those losses, and trust me, I've been there before. Washington Nationals 2018 on Sunday Night Baseball against the Chicago Cubs. We gave up a walk-off grand slam. Thanks, Ryan Madsen. And 2018 is basically over from there. The Nationals couldn't regroup. They couldn't get back in the playoff hunt with the New York Metropolitans. I've seen this before. I think it was the Mets that year. Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely wasn't the Braves yet. I've seen this before. The Rangers, and here's the thing, guys. The Rangers just have nights where they can't hit. They were winning the game yesterday throughout its entirety, right? For the most part. RBI walk in the second inning. Leiter gives up a run. Rangers score 3 runs in the third inning. Josh Smith, Roddy Tellez, Marcus Semien. Mariners get one back in the fifth. But you go into the bottom of the ninth inning. Rangers up by 1. Here comes closer from Manteca High School in Manteca, California. The former Washington National, Robert Garcia, comes out for the save. Doesn't record an out. Gives up a hit to Dom Canzone. Yeah, it was Canzone. JP Crawford immediately takes him yard lefty. Ball game. I'm telling you that it's just one of those demoralizing ass losses that just changes your season. And that's one that you don't really recover from. And oh, by the way, that is a game for the most part yesterday where the Mariners were just playing chase. They were playing catch up. They were falling. They were behind the entire game. They just needed their one break. But ultimately, it did feel like for the most part yesterday, the Texas Rangers were in control until they weren't. Until legitimately, Robert Garcia gives up the bomb to JP Crawford. So you go from, again, losing the first game of the series against a division rival in which both of y'all came into this series with the same exact record. Now the Mariners have 2 games on you. When you look at the American League West standings, Seattle is 3.5 games back. Texas is now 5.5 back of the Houston Astros. And for the wild card, the Mariners currently do hold that number 3 wild card. Again, going into the series, both Seattle and Texas were tied for the 3rd wild card. Again, you go from that to now we've lost back-to-back. We still have 2 more games. How can we salvage this? But now we have 0 momentum. We're still playing in the Pacific Northwest. We're still on the road. And made us hit a walk-off home run against us in a game that we thought for, after the 3rd inning that we were probably going to win. I'm just telling you, something happens to a team when something like this goes down. And oh, by the way, Merrill Kelly makes his first start of the year for the Rangers. Again, Merrill's been great. ERA in the month of July was 2.35, coming off a start against the Pittsburgh Pirates in which his team actually lost, albeit the D-backs. Kelly goes 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits and 2 runs, only one of which was earned. He's been good, don't get me wrong, and he'll probably shut down the Mariners. At the same time, the Rangers aren't going to score either. Guys, Mariners-Rangers games are 2 non-scoring offenses. Really good pitching staffs, and the Rangers make that even better with Merrill Kelly. But here's the thing, guys, also, yes, both these teams don't score. The Mariners are continuing to get better. Lineup looks a whole lot better now with Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez now, doesn't it? That JP Crawford doesn't have to bat first. And hell, JP Crawford hits the walk-off home run yesterday. And I'm not saying, again, he hit the walk-off because he went down in the lineup, but there's not as much stress on JP Crawford. There's not as much responsibility on JP Crawford now that he has to bat in the 8th spot. So instead of him leading off, it's a Rosarena. Then you go Rosarena, Raleigh, J-Rod, Naylor, Suarez, and Polanco. It just changes everything. Luis Castillo is going tonight for the Mariners. He's been good. 3.19 ERA. Last start in Sacramento against the Athletics. It's hard for everyone to pitch in Sacramento. Not for Luis Castillo. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. 2.05 ERA in the month of July for Castillo as well. I think he's going to be more than fine in the spot. I think both these teams really struggle to score, and especially we got 2 really good pitchers on the mound. However, I'm going to take the Mariners lineup a little bit more. I like them a little bit more than I do the Rangers lineup, and I like Luis Castillo a little bit more than Merrill Kelly as well, especially with Kelly pitching in his first game as a member of the Texas Rangers. And the games in Seattle as well. All things considered, I'm taking the Mariners to win the 3rd straight game of the series. I know it's tough picking Seattle sometimes, but I believe they're going to come through. Give me the Mariners to win. We have it at -120. Give me Seattle at home. Our final best bet of the video, we go to Petco Park in San Diego, California for the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. I'm going Padres money line. I see this line fluctuating. ESPN currently has this at -150. FanDuel's got it at -135. So again, this video is being recorded at 3 in the morning. I don't know. Well, this is actually going up in 2 hours. So by the time of 5, I mean, it's probably the same odds, around -135. Who knows what this closes at? Obviously, game time is not until 7:15 on the West Coast here in San Diego. However, the Padres have now won 6 consecutive games, one of the final 2 games of that last series they played against the Cardinals in St. Louis. Obviously, the series where Machado got plunked and whatnot. They come back home against the Mets, win all 3 games of that series, and they won yesterday against the St. Louis Cardinals 4-1. Only run scored by the Cardinals was that Wilson Contreras solo shot in the top of the 5th inning. San Diego takes over late. Big 5th inning. It was an Elias Diaz RBI knock. It's a Jackson Merrill RBI, 2 RBI knock. Ultimately, Padres win the game 4-1. And here's the thing about the Padres. Nick Pivetta yesterday gives them 7 innings of 1 hit and 1 run baseball. Again, the only hit and run scored by St. Louis was the Wilson Contreras home run. Okay? Nick Pivetta then goes 7 innings of 1 hit and 1 run baseball. And this is the problem with San Diego now. And why I believe, I don't like the Padres at all. I actually really dislike the squad. But this is why I believe the Padres should be considered the favorites to win the World Series this season. Nick Pivetta does something like that. Okay, Pivetta legitimately in the playoffs and starting pitchers for the Padres in the playoffs will only need to give them 5 good innings because you have 4 all-star relievers on your team. Again, I said this yesterday, but I'll say it again. You hand the 6th inning to Adrian Morhone. You hand the 7th inning to Jason Adam. Or honestly, you can play matchups too. You don't have to, look, and say, okay, we got to go 7th inning. We got to go Adam. No, if there's more righties in the 6th inning, you go Adam. Or if there's lefties, you go Morhone. And then 8, 9, I will personally believe Mason Miller is going to get the 9th inning for the most part. I think he should. I think they only went 8th inning yesterday for Miller because it was his first outing. I think eventually Robert Suarez will be the setup man and Mason Miller will be the closer because you don't trade Leo DeVries for a guy that you're not going to make your closer. And I understand they're considering making him a starter next season. See if that happens. If it does, what an investment. Anyways, I know Miller used to do it a long time ago. He's a failed starter, which Andrew Chafin has said. That's all the relief pitchers. Anyways, this team's nasty. You just need 5 good innings. So, hey, today, Randy Vasquez, give us 5 good innings. That's kind of what Randy Vasquez does. He's good until he's not, and he's good early in starts. And then he'll get blown up in the 5th inning. I just need him to get past that 5th inning today. And then again, we bring in the super bullpen of the San Diego Padres. And starting tonight for the St. Louis Cardinals, well, it's nothing special. It's Michael McGreevy. McGreevy with a 4.91 ERA this season. He's nothing special. The righty out of San Clemente, California is coming off a start against the San Diego Padres, where he went 4 2/3 innings, 9 hits, and 7 runs. You telling me that's going to fix itself today? I don't believe so. Don't. Padres are that good right now. We talk about the improvements that they made. Again, would they be even nastier if they added Stephen Kwan at the deadline? Oh, 100%. I still don't know what the Guardians are doing. Shout out to Cleveland for winning yesterday, but why did you not trade Kwan? I don't care. It's fine. Because the Padres are still solid. Laureano gets added in the biggest addition, not named Mason Miller. You go out and get Ryan O'Hearn too. Yeah. They're a good squad. They're getting to the point now where they can platoon Gavin Sheets and Ramon Laureano. Nasty. The team's really damn good. St. Louis, I don't know. I've never been sold on the Cardinals all year long. They've been losers in 5 of their last 6 games, only winning 1 against the Miami Marlins. If you've been watching, you know how I feel about the Cardinals. We don't talk about them much, I'll be honest with you, but nothing on paper wows me. Oh, Brendan Donovan's having a really good season, a career season. Alec Burleson as well is having a career season, and Ivan Herrera. Contreras, it is what it is. He hit the home run yesterday. The bottom of the lineup is just a complete automatic out. From Nolan Gorman down to Victor Scott. Victor Scott's an incredible fielder, but Jordan Walker is he's such an automatic out. I've seen Jordan Walker. I've watched a lot of Cardinals baseball, enough Cardinals baseball legitimately. I think I've seen in the entire times I've ever watched Jordan Walker, I think I've seen him get 4 hits over 100 at-bats. I'm so serious. He never does anything of note. Give me the Padres today, -135. I think it's more than playable. Yes, Randy Vasquez does get shaky sometimes, but need 5 innings. And Michael McGreevy, got blown up in his last start against the Padres, and he's got a 5 ERA. And just look at the Padres lineup. Tatis, Rise, Machado, Merrill, O'Hearn, Bogarts, Laureano, Cronenworth, Elias Diaz. Oh, best team in baseball right now. Let's see if they can actually pull through in the postseason. We'll see. Folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets for August 2nd. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching. And Mamba forever.